Here back for another update. Let's take a look at XRP over here today. Going all the way back to April 7th, we have a 5-wave move to the upside in the form of a leading diagonal. Now with a leading diagonal, that could either mean that it's the start of an impulsive move to the upside or the start of the correction. So after this first wave came in, we then went in for a pause in the markets in the form of a WXY correction where we have a 3 down in your W, 3 up in your X, and then a 3 down within your Y. You can kind of consider this like a running flat in which the last leg of the correction fails to terminate beyond the bottom of the first. You guys can see here that we popped up off of the 70.2 to 78.6% fib. And now if we are doing the bullish scenario, then that means that we're still within wave 3 to the upside. Within that wave 3, we've completed subwave 1 of 3, and now we're working on our subwave 2 of 3 before we go in for our subwave 3 of 3, 4 of 3, 5 of 3, and so forth. Okay, now what we see over here this morning, if we zoom in a little bit closer, is we do see that we have bounced off of the 61.8% fib at 2.2867. Now, in order to validate that the correction is done, we would want to see three things. Number one, we would want to see the price sustain itself above the 21-day moving average, sitting at 2.3163, get above this black line over here at 2.3519 on the 4-hour, and lastly, and most importantly, we would want to see a 4-hour close above these two levels at the 702 and the 786 retracement, sitting at 2.5394 and 2.5699. If we can't do those three things, then it's likely that XRP will come down to the lower retracement, sitting at 2.2418 at the 702% fib support, or 2.197 at the 78.6% fib and the 200-day moving average. So the 200-day moving average sits right over here at the 786 along with the 50-day moving average. Okay, so if we cannot stay above the 21-day moving average at 2.2867 to 2.3163, then it's very likely that instead of the C wave terminating right here for our subwave 2 of 3, it would just terminate down here at the 702 or the 786. Okay, like right over here, like that, where we come down to backtest the 200-day. Or you may just terminate here at the 702. Okay, now in the case where we lose 2.19, or in other words, if we lose the 200-day moving average, then it's very likely we'll come down to backtest the lows of this 160-day plus day long range at 2.135 and 1.9947. Don't forget that XRP is within a Wyckoff reaccumulation range. So if XRP can't hold above 2.19, then it's likely that will come down to 2.135 and 1.9947 to backtest this range before we continue on higher. Don't forget that after your spring comes in, you're going to have a test of this range low before you have what's called a jump across the creek. So like I was saying in the previous video, we did say that the test is in over here, right over here. This was your spring where you have deviation below the macro range. Then you have reversion back into the accumulation range. This over here was your test, and now we go in for your jump across the creek. But if we lose 2.19, then we'll come down to backtest this region one more time for your test, and then pop off from there. Okay, now the third scenario, now this is if we do, so now that's the second scenario. The second scenario is we come down to backtest these two levels, right? Now this reaccumulation structure will be valid for those two scenarios. The third scenario would be that we actually lose 1.9947 on the daily time frame. We may even just wick below it like this towards 1.95 and then pop up from there, or towards 2.067 right? But if we lose 1.9947 on the daily time frame, okay, if we get a daily close or even 2-day closes, or daily close below 1.9947 or even 2 daily closes below it, then it's likely that instead of this being an impulsive move to the upside, it's actually a corrective move. So instead of a 5-wave move to the upside, it's just simply an ABC correction. And what we've witnessed from April 7th to May 12th is simply just a counter trend. And that instead of this being the start of our impulsive move, it's actually just an X wave. So you have a triple zigzag combo, a W, X, Y, X, and then you come down for your Z wave to 1.6349, 1.5543, 1.46, and possibly even 1.36. Okay, these are the levels we would be targeting if we get a daily close below 1.9947. Okay, so those are the 3 scenarios on XRP. I'm still super bullish on XRP. As you guys can see here, we are still trending up. We are still above the 200-day moving average. Don't be surprised if we come down to backtest that 200-day. But overall, XRP looks bullish. Now, if you want to stay updated with XRP and you want continuous updates every day throughout the day, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord, where you can get access to over 350 assets. You guys can ask me any question you want. You can connect with me one-on-one. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys there. If I stop updating on YouTube, just know that I'm busy with my members in the Discord and Patreon. I hope to see you guys all in there. Peace out and take it easy. See you guys in the next one.